So in the first step, we created the project and we have a login component, but we haven't got anything defined to happen after login. But the requirements specify what should happen. The nurse should be able to view a list of patients. So let's go back to the project here and close the preview. Now we can add a listing component and that would do it, but we need to know what we're listing, and we're listing patients, and we need to represent patients in some way. In fact, what we do in Logiak, we've got something called objects where we define data structures. So let's define one called patient, and let's add some fields. We can simply give the field names to do this. So name, date of birth, and temperature. And then we have to specify the types of those fields. Date of birth is a date, name is a text, temperature is a number, and then we've defined that data structure. So we go back to this flow view, component flow view, and we add a listing component, and now we can select what we want to list. We want to list patients. So this will be a list of all patients in the database at the moment, but you can see it's unlinked. That means we've got this evolving flowchart of components, and there's only one component in that flow at the moment. We can extend that by dragging the new component to be what happens after login. So now we've got login followed by a patient list. We have to go into the editor for the patient list by double clicking, because we haven't defined what should appear in each row. At the moment we have a template by default with a single field, and we can specify what should be in that field. So we want to show the name of each patient in the field, and then we've at least provided some initial configuration for the list. So now if we were to preview this application, we would see a login, and then we'd log in and there'd be a list, but of course empty initially. But at least we've satisfied the second requirement.